Today we are going to discuss the project management of Utiliko. You could rename the project management to anything else. In this case, because this is designed for the attorney side, it is renamed to cases because that is what they refer to it as. Some people may refer to it as work orders. Some people will call them projects, cases, matters, etc. It is all the same. You could rename it. Here by default you will see a Kanban view. This is a customized view where you could actually customize it by going to utilities, settings, and if you go to the project settings, you'll be able to add a custom pipeline or reorder the existing pipeline. So you can see here that we have two different pipelines. You could drag and drop the order of it. You could add a new pipeline by simply adding it there, or you could create also categories within each pipeline to keep track of different cases or different situations, service calls or on-site visits, etc. for more customized category management. So if we go back to our support and projects one more time, we'll go ahead and hover over one. If you do, you'll see a quick summary of what's happening here. Clicking on more details or just clicking on the title will take you to the detail page. If you click on the client name, it will take you directly to the client. You can also see a list view if you prefer to see that. Once you get into the list view, if you expand on the project, you will see any related task or milestone that is attached to that as well. You also have your visibility icon. You could choose what you want to see, for example, which pipeline it's in, or if you don't care to see the start, end date, etc., you could customize it for your own view specifically. So let's click on an opportunity, or let's click on the project. We will go into the detail page. You have your typical time bar, shows you how many days the case has spent in each category. You have your start timer in order to keep track of time spent. You have your certificate of work completion if you require a signature from the client confirming that it has been completed. You could clone that project. You could edit it, delete it, or pin it to your dashboard. Here on the left you have your organization information, the client name, the address, phone number, location, website, and contact person, etc. You have your participant, you have a lead project manager, or in this case lead attorney, and then you have a paralegal or any other participant that is assigned, along with the details here. Here in this section you have your status, you have your start and end date. This is how you keep track of the billing portion of the projects, whether you have billed the project or not. You could see that status, what pipeline it's in, and then description of the case or project, and then further down you have a list of all the tasks or milestones that has been created here. Anything that is in red has not been started. If it's blue, it's in progress, and if it's in green, it is completed. So visually now we can see that we are behind schedule because we have 3 things that were not completed by the deadline, which is highlighted here. If you go a little bit further down, you can see the task and breakdown of those. Further down, you'll see anything that is planned for the future and anything that has been completed in the past. If we go to the top, you can see your comment section, typical of everything else within Utiliko. Add any comments regarding the specific case. If there's any attachments, you could attach files for this. If there's a milestone that you want to create, you could create multiple milestones in here, and then you could attach individual tasks to each milestone. So for example, if you have 3 major milestones to hit in order to complete that, and each milestone may have 4, 5, 6 different tasks under it, you could assign that here and assign the task specifically to that milestone. We've covered this in the other sections about task, but you could relate a task specifically to a project and it will show up here so you can see a quick summary of that. In fact, we're going to change this to in progress so we can see the color change later. If there's any bugs that need to be reported to this, you could note it there. Private notes is the next section. Keep in mind that the client does not have access to view private notes. It's only for your company. timesheet keeps track of all the times. This could be billable or non-billable time. If you create an estimate for change orders, etc., that could be linked specifically to the project. Again, if you go to new estimate here, it will automatically relate it to the client and furthermore to this specific project. Same thing with invoices, so you can actually see if you did invoice for this project or not right here without even having to check the invoice section. If you come in here and you see a number 1 here, then or 2, then you know there was 1 or 2 invoices generated. If you do need to submit a purchase order to a vendor to buy parts for this, then you could do that directly from here. Any email communication is kept track of in here as well. You could compose a new email. Again, it automatically relates to this project here, so you don't have to go search your inbox. And then you have survey tools that you could create a survey upon completion, for example, or you could create a survey before you start the project, so you can gather the information from the customer. Let's say you want to build a form and you're asking for a series of information before you even start the project. You could create a survey and attach it directly in here, so the information is saved here in a central location. So now if we go back to the detail page, you can see that this one changed to blue, which means now it's in progress. We'll go ahead and stop timer, and then we'll go back to the all cases. And if we go to the list view, we can actually see a quick, easy way to track the billable and non-billable projects. So let's say we want to look at projects that are completed and the ones that are not billed. Then I can filter down and I see there's actually nothing there. So if I uncheck that, you can see these are the projects that have the flag as not billed. And let's filter down and see if there's anything that is billed, and there's nothing there. So this is a quick, easy way to make sure that you never forget billing the client for a completed project or work that has been done. This was a quick summary of the projects or cases within Utiliko. We hope that you found the video to be helpful.